Jesus Christ had his moment of doubt and pain. Made damn sure the pilot washed his hands, concealed his face. Pleased to meet you. Hope you guessed my name. But what's puzzling you is the nature of my game. Stuck around St. Petersburg when I saw it was a time for a change. Killed the Tsar and his ministers and the stage. Screamed in vain. I rode a tank in a generous rank when the blitzkrieg raged and the bodies stank. Pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name. Oh yeah. What's puzzling you is the nature of my game. Oh yeah. I watch the gleam while kings and queens fall for 10 decades. For the God they made. I shouted out, who killed them Kennedys? When after all, it was you and me. Let me please introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I need tracks or troubadours who get killed before they reach my face. Pleased to meet you. Hope you get my name. Oh yeah. But what's puzzling you is the nature of my name. Oh yeah. Get down in it. Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. It is Wednesday, new comic book day. I don't know if you had a chance to go to your LCS today or not. I do all my buying online for the most part through Midtown, so not a lot of comic book shops close to me, near me, where I live, but maybe for some of you, you were able to go out and look at some books that dropped today. I'm going to be reviewing books that are coming out next Wednesday, so I'll give you a little advanced preview of what to look for, what to plan for. We're going to look at Midtown. Midtown's a good barometer of stuff that tends to sell out quick. Yeah, we'll see. There's a couple things that are moving on the plate for next week that we'll have to take a look at, see if it's worth putting some of our hard-earned money towards or not. I did get some books in the mail today. So I also have a little mini comic haul that you'll be interested in. I got a couple nice books. Couple of exclusives and an older Bronze Age book that's in high grade, so it'd be kind of interesting to go over that. First off in the chat, we have Luis Ramirez 504. He's ready to go. We got Comics for All People. We got Malcolm Giles in the house. We got Infamous, of course, Ancient Mariner. Infamous says, sorry, I passed on the Something is Killing the Children decal variant. A bit too steep in price for me. Yeah, I'm going to go over that. I'll give you my thoughts on it. I'm a little disappointed in Midtown. Yeah, we're gonna get to that in a minute. So hang tight on that. Let me share my screen so everybody can see what I'm looking at. It'll be Midtown's website. They drop this usually around 2 o'clock every Wednesday is when this 1:30 to 2 o'clock range. Yeah, so these are books coming out July 8th, next Wednesday. Give you a little planning, especially if you go to your LCS to get your books. You'll kind of know what to look for on the shelf right away. So I'm going to highlight the books I think you should be looking at, and you go for those first if you agree with me, and then you knock out the important stuff first. So Dark Horse, nothing there that I am into there. Just a couple books, Stranger Things, a couple of different covers. I'm not really into that comic book, so that's a hard pass for me. So nothing from Dark Horse. DC, Batman: The Adventures Continue #2. I believe I pre-ordered both covers. Sean Murphy did the A cover, and then Dustin Nugent cover, I guess. He did the B cover there. So that one I pre-ordered in advance. And we got Batman 94. Of course, Batman's been a hot book. James Tynion has done more for Batman than Tom King could ever hope to do. Yeah, so this should be on your pull list, or definitely on your pre-order list. So I pre-ordered the A and B covers in advance. Tony Daniel cover is okay. That's all right. It's nothing fantastic, but of course you got a beautiful Mattina cover. This Mattina cover has a lot going for it. It's got Joker on the cover with Punchline. It's definitely a cool cover. No discount on Midtown, of course, because why give a discount when they know they'll probably sell a ton of it? So, yeah, the days of getting 15% discounts on the day the book is dropping is over. Now it's 12%. We got to make up for COVID, the costs of COVID, maybe. I don't know. That 3% has to go to somebody at the top. So Batman 94, that's definitely should be on your pull list. I did not buy the incentive cover for a couple reasons. Now, if this Underbroker, if this issue was his first appearance, and this would make this a little bit more attractive. If this was his first appearance and, getting his first cover appearance, this is his first cover appearance, but not first appearance. So if the two were there, first appearance and first cover appearance, I might have considered this, and I would have probably bought it in advance for around 35 to 40. Remember, this is a 1 in 25 ratio variant. DC normally doesn't do ratio variants, so they're making an exception here for the Batman books. I think that's the only book the DC is doing a ratio variant for is Batman. So Tynion is doing a good job. The interior art by March is really good as well. So, but I did not get the incentive cover. I just didn't grab me. I definitely got the incentive cover for 92. That's a first cover appearance of Punchline. Well, is that true? I don't think it is. It's not the first cover appearance of Punchline. It's the... Yeah, it's not. Because I think 90... This is 19... Isn't Batman 90? First cover appearance? 91? I think it's 91. I think 91 is first cover appearance. But I did get the incentive cover for 92. That book has held up pretty well. It's going for more than ratio still, so that one's doing pretty well. Batman's Grave. I've been picking this up here and there. Warren Ellis. This might be the last Warren Ellis book you're going to see. Culture has finally Warren Ellis. And I think he's thrown in the towel. I think he's doing comic books. I don't know what he's going to do for the remainder of his days. But I don't think he's going to do comic books anymore.
So this might be his last comic writing gig. Could be Batman's Grave. Cool cover by Hitch for the A cover. That's kind of fire. And the B cover looks pretty good as well by Grandpa. I didn't know my Grandpa. Interesting name. Raphael Grandpa. I wonder if he's a grandpa as well. All right, what else we got here? Man, it's nice and windy out right now. So it's the weather right now is super hot, but there's a really good breeze right now, so it's making it very tolerable. DC Planet #1. The Finch cover is pretty nice. The Finch cover, rather. I do like that cover. Oh. I don't think I pre-ordered that one. I believe I pre-ordered the Matina cover. I think I pre-ordered that one and the Ben Oliver movie homage cover. I think that's a movie homage to Blade Runner. I love Blade Runner. One of my favorite movies of all time is Blade Runner. Definitely one of my favorite sci-fi movies. And that is a cool looking cover. So pre-ordered that in advance. There's also a blank variant that's kind of cool. I don't know. Looks like it's looks like the homework I used to turn in when I was a youngin'. So that's kind of an interesting cover. That could sell out. I would say of the 4 covers, that variant blank cover could probably sell out. I think that's the one that could sell out. We'll see. Detective Comics 1023. Tomasi's doing a great job. You've got a really nice A cover with the Joker. I definitely pre-ordered that in advance. Brad Walker and Andrew Hennessy cover. Hennessy, it makes me want to have a drink right now when I think of his name, Hennessy. There we go. By the way, I'm drinking. I think it's my favorite bourbon, man. I love this Knob Creek maple bourbon. It's so freaking good. I mean, I've drank in a lot of high-end whiskeys and bourbons, and I don't know. Just drink what you like, and hopefully, what you like isn't too expensive. And in this case, Knob Creek maple bourbon, man, it's a good, solid drink, and it's pretty cheap. I think it's only like $30 a bottle. It's pretty inexpensive. All right, got off topic there. There's the Lee Bermejo. Bermejo is awesome. I definitely pre-ordered that in advance. I believe I pre-ordered both covers. They're both awesome and fire, so I'm pretty sure those will do well. DC will sell a lot of that this week, I'm sure, or the next week, I'm sure. Flash number 757. I do like this N-Hook Lee cover. It's pretty awesome. N-Hook Lee kills it. Great digital artist. Most of his stuff is digital. I'm pretty sure that's a digital creation. He's fast, too. He can pump out a cover probably in an hour, maybe an hour and a half. He's pretty fast. Good cover. I love it. I'm not really into the story. I don't think Flash has been the greatest of writing lately, but I did pick that up in advance. All right, what else we got? I know we're getting close to Harley Quinn 75. I know that's going to be potentially a key issue. I don't know. Could be something going on in that. So you may want to just be aware. Hawkman number 25. First time I've seen this cover. I did pre-order this because I'm a big Zaffino fan. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I'm a huge Geraldo Zaffino fan. One of my favorite artists. He's extremely talented, does great covers. He can do sequential art. He's awesome. He's very, very good. So anytime I have an opportunity to grab a Zaffino cover, I will do so. All right, let me get to the chat here real quick. BT Sue Moon Guy, what's up, buddy? Comic collector, of course. We got Logan Torres. Logan's a good man. I talk a lot to Logan on Instagram. I message him a lot. Yeah, we're gonna go over that. Something is killing my pocketbook is what I think it should be called. Something is killing my bank account. And it's called Midtown. We're going to go over that in a second. All right, so let's get back to the skinny here. So we're still on DC. Hawkman 25 Zafino cover. You're crazy not to buy that just for the cover. Justice League Odyssey. I do like Scan. I think that art is awesome. Beautiful artwork there by Scan. And Legion of Superheroes #6 did go to a second printing. Be nice to see what the cover looks like, but yeah, you know, probably not a bad. I didn't grab this initially, but probably not a bad idea to grab that. Sometimes these second prints go crazy. Who the hell knows? I'm gonna grab it just in case. Just in case. It's $3.50. Big deal. By the way, you can't pre-order second printings, at least not through Midtown. So you kind of have to grab them when you have the chance, and sometimes they sell out, sometimes they don't. I'll get the second print. It is a first full appearance of Gold Lantern and Monster Boy. You got 2 appearances in that issue, so the first print is still selling around $12 to $15 range. Not crazy. It was like 20, 25 right away the week it was coming out, but that's settled back down a little bit. I think at $15 is pretty easy to get. All right. Let me catch back up to where I was. Lois Lane. I don't think I'm going to do that. Although I do kind of like this Amanda Connor cover, black and white. That's kind of cool. I do like that cover a little bit. Superman, I've not been reading that. I'm not a Bendis fan at all. Most of you know that. You got a Jeff DeCall cover here for Wonder Woman 758. That could sell out. Print run's probably going to be pretty high on that. I don't know. Wonder Woman's been okay. It's not been... I kind of wish they'd put a new writer on that. Orlando's kind of blah. All right. I think we're done with DC. Moving down the list to Dynamite Entertainment. I don't think there was anything there from Dynamite that I felt I had to own. I know there's Deja Thoris. For those of you that like nice cover art, I know there's a couple nice covers there. Your typical 8 to 10 covers to pick from. Obviously, I like Perillo. That's a kind of a nice sketch, but I'm not buying it. So I'm not picking up anything from Dynamite Entertainment at all. IDW, Dungeons and Dragons, Infernal Tides. Kind of a cool cover. Kind of digging that cover. Not a collector of that series, though, at all. So probably not something I would pick up. IDW, Star Trek 5, #12, B cover incentive. I don't know. That sometimes Star Trek has some cool covers. That might be worth grabbing. I don't know. I may have to Google image that and see if they have an image of it out already. That does it for IDW. Image. I think the Purple Rain movie poster homage. What is this one? I don't know. Is it New Jack City? Something, I don't know. I'm not too familiar with that movie Homage, but I'm not grabbing that one. Gonna pass on that. I don't think there was anything from Image this next week that I felt I had to get. I do like this cover by Van Dyke. I collected, I think, the first 2 issues of Sonata, and I lost interest in it. So I've not been buying it since. I know there's some people that like it though. There's a couple YouTubers that I watch that talk well of this book. That's it for Image. Nothing else there I'm going to buy. Marvel, I don't think there was much from Marvel. Doctor Strange, Surgeon Supreme. I'm going to pass on that. I am not at all into this Empire series. I know there could be some first appearance that I'm going to miss, or something. I'm sure there's going to be something that maybe I should have grabbed and I didn't. There is a nice cover here by In-Hook Lee for Empire #0, the Fantastic Four cover. He did a good job on that cover. I like it. I'm not a big Dan Slott fan, and I just think that this is going to be a very mediocre milquetoast series by Marvel. I just don't think it's going to do much. All right, here's potentially a hot book. The Ghost Rider #7, the B cover by Del Mundo, is sold out on Midtown. It is kind of creepy and interesting. I kind of dig that. I like it. So that could be a hot book. That's sold out now. Keep that one in your mind. Maybe put that on your list for next Wednesday when you're at the shop. All right. I think there might be Strange Academy #2. I did pick up the first issue. I thought it was pretty good. I mainly picked it up because there was a lot of first appearances. I don't know. This is definitely a comic book that I could see developed into a Disney Plus show. Maybe it's an animated show. I don't know. It seems like it would lend itself more towards animation. I don't think live action would be all that good. I do like Scotty Young as a writer. I've really been enjoying Middle West. One of my favorite independent titles is Middle West, which, by the way, ends at issue 18, which is coming up here in another week or so, and another 2 weeks. So Middle West will be ending soon. I do like Scotty Young's writing. I think if I had to pick a cover, I'd just go with the A cover on that. There is an incentive cover by Silva. I cannot see what it looks like, and they want $22 for it. I probably would pass on that, but it depends on what the cover looks like. I'd have to take a look at the cover first. X-Force #10 are people picking up X-Force? I don't know. X-Men God Loves Man Kills extended cut. So you got Chris Claremont doing the writing. They pulled him out of the grave. They injected some steroids into him. Marvel said, all right, Claremont, what can you do? Let's do some kind of sequel to a graphic novel that, pretty well-respected graphic novel. There are several covers for this, 4 different covers. Usually you're just better off going with the A cover, so I would probably just grab the A cover if you're interested in that book. That's probably what I would recommend. And that does it for DC. We're moving on to the last category, Independence. First book on the list is already sold out by Red Giant Entertainment, Absolute Flip Book #1. I have no idea what that's about, but it is sold out on Midtown. What else do I find interesting? I do like Archangel. I picked up the first 2 issues. I'm grabbing the 3rd one. I do love a red cover, so that cover is fire. I love that cover. I highly recommend that you pick that up as well. That's been a pretty good comic so far. All right, what else? Beware Witch's Shadow #1 E cover. I have no idea what that is. That's sold out. Looks like it's a special variant. All right, Cinnamon Red Nails #2. I think I picked up the first issue. I can't even remember anymore. Probably pre-ordered that a long time ago. I think I picked up the first issue a long time ago. There's 4 different covers. The one I think is the one to pick up, and the one I think will sell out, it's not sold out right now, is the Batman Returns. I don't know why they're saying Superman parody cover. That's Batman Returns. That is a Batman Returns homage, not Superman, so they got that wrong. But I think that one will sell out, just because who doesn't love a Batman Returns homage, right? And I don't know what the cover F incentive cover looks like. Well, it says Dark Knight Returns parody. I don't know. Does that mean it's going to be a maybe I should grab that. If it's a virgin, that might be worth grabbing. So I'll put it on my pull list. All right, there you go, guys. I put it in my pull list. Just in case. We'll see. Maybe it sells out. I think one of those covers is going to sell out. It's not a Superman parody. It's Dark Knight Returns parody. At least as far as I know. All right, let me catch back up to where I was. All right, I'm back. All right, I did pick up the first issue of this Dryad number 3. I did pick up the first issue. I picked up this Fiona Staples cover. I just thought it was a cool looking cover. And independents, a lot of times you're just better off buying the first issue and calling it a day. A lot of times the other issues don't go anywhere. The writing is somewhat subpar. So I did pick up the first issue, but I probably would just stick with that. I won't buy any more. Everglade Angels. J. Lee cover. You've got a regular A cover. I did grab the incentive. There was an exclusive cover by, it wasn't In Hook Lee. What the fuck was his name? Ji Hung Lee. Ji Hung Lee is a really good artist. I like his cover on this. So there is a store variant of this available. Comic Mint, I think, had it for sale. Websites. Comic Mint was one of them. I think it was like $15. So I variant of that. Finger Guns, I think I just picked up the first issue on that. Call it a day. Remember, most of the time on these independent titles, you're better off just buying the first issue and stopping. Because the first issue is going to be the key issue, and then that's it, usually. Unless you really love the writing. If the writing appeals to you, then go keep with it. But if I'm not blown away by the writing, I usually just pick up the first issue. All right. Yeah, Loggerhead, Bloody Bayou. One shot. I usually don't pick up one shots. And Scout Comics, man, I've had very bad luck with Scout Comics. Most of the time, there's maybe the first few weeks they have a hot book, and then months later, you can buy it for cover all day long. So I don't typically go with Scout Comics. Monster Men, Heart of Wrath #1. I did grab the C cover in advance. And of course, I have a good eye for what sells out. I knew that book was going to be hot. I pre-ordered that like 2-3 months ago, so I was right. If you guys just follow me, you will do well. I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for 30 freaking years, buying comic books. I know a lot, and I knew that cover would sell out, and I was right. It sold out already. And I pre-ordered that bad boy a long time, probably 2 or 3 months. I mean, it's a pretty cool cover. I love that. It's awesome. All right. What else we got here? This Osiris Path #2 is sold out. I've never heard of this publishing company, Behemoth Entertainment LLC. Print run is probably minuscule, so that's probably one of the reasons it's sold out. Quantum and Woody, the only reason I'm mentioning this one is I do like Raza covers, and that is a cool looking Raza cover. I love Raza. He can bring the heat sometimes, for sure. There is an incentive cover, extra virgin. I don't know what extra virgin means. What does extra virgin mean? I bet Epstein could have answered that question. Oh God, that's a terrible joke. I couldn't help myself. What are you gonna do? Oh, by the way, I don't ever really mention dreams, but I had a very, very vivid dream last night, or it's usually in the morning. It's never at night. It's in the morning. 95% of your dreams are usually about 10 minutes before you wake up, just so you guys know. I've looked it up. I've researched it. So 10 minutes before I woke up this morning, I dreamt, and it was one of these dreams where I'm sure the dream was only, it's kind of like Inception, right? When you're in someone's dream, you know, you could be in there hours and it's really only been minutes, right? It's kind of that time concept. Well, it definitely felt like hours. I was hanging out with Johnny Depp for hours in my dream. So I was having drinks with him. I was partying at his house. I was in his swimming pool. I was having a good time with Johnny Depp. I have no idea why this dream, you know, your subconscious is strange. Like, I wasn't thinking about Johnny Depp anytime recently at all. But I had a very, very vivid dream of hanging out with Johnny Depp, and we were like best friends. He loved me, and I was enthralled the fact that I had a good friend and that he was this famous actor. It was pretty funny. So I woke up in the morning. I was like, fuck, that was just a dream. Shit. Oh well. But yeah, so I had a very vivid dream that I was hanging out with Johnny Depp. All right, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Something Wicked Comes. Looks like the C cover is sold out on that bad boy. I do, by the way, this week I should be getting in the mail. I pre-ordered way in advance the Sabrina the Teenage Witch Momoko covers, which I don't know if they're hot right now. I have to look it up and see, but I pre-ordered like 2 of those way in advance. So be interesting to see if they're moving in the market. All right, Something is Killing the Children #8. Both still available. So the incentive cover by Jeff DeCall. This kind of pisses me off. Infamous alluded to it. So you can't, unless you pre-ordered this. There were only a couple sites that were pre-selling this book for around $25 to $30. I think Sanctum Sanctorium Comics and Oddities had a pre-order on that. There might have been one other website that was doing a pre-sale on this incentive cover in advance, and it sold out a while ago, like weeks ago. I think as soon as everyone found out that issue 7 was a hot issue because it was the first appearance of a new title with Boom Studios called Wind, all those incentive covers for 8 sold out. So Midtown is kind of doing the let's capitalize on some recent heat. So this is a 1 in 20 incentive cover that they're asking $66 for. So again, they're asking 3 times ratio. 3 times ratio. Now, I still bought one. I purchased one because I do believe this will sell out by the end of today. And I do believe it will be an $80 to $100 book, somewhere in that range. If I go on Midtown right now, eBay right now, and I type in Something is Killing the Children. Number 8. You will clearly see that there's only one copy of the incentive cover for sale, asking $150. There's 11 people watching this. What's the quantity? Is this only one copy? Looks like it's only one copy. So there is a seller out there asking $150. All right, it's a 1 in 25 copy. So this book should have been $30, maybe $35 on Midtown. They were asking double, at least double, right? They were asking $66. I still think that this book is going to do well. The cover is freaking awesome. It's probably one of my favorite covers this year. And the reason I love it so much is the coloring is amazing. Color work is awesome. It's probably digital. I don't know. The color is fantastic. And I love the layout of the drawing. First of all, you have the centerpiece of the subject in the center of the drawing, and you have the trees kind of bending out. I love this cover. I love it. Full disclosure, guys, I'm buying 2 copies of this, and I'm probably nuts, and it's probably a mistake, and I'm okay if the price of this book falls back down to $25, $30. I'll be okay with that. I'll be all right. So I'm picking up 2 of these. I just love the cover that much. And I got to trust my instincts. Usually if I really, really love a cover, usually a lot of other people do as well. And a recent example of that was the Yoda cover by Momoko. I love that cover. I grabbed a copy for $20. I should have bought 3 of those. I really like that cover. And of course, I was right. It's a $250, $300. I think it's a $350 book now. I loved the cover of Star Wars Bounty Hunters #1, the 1 in 50 incentive cover. I bought a copy for $50. I knew that cover was going to be hot, and I knew that book was going to go for way more money, and it did. It's a $250 to $300 book now. I am saying right now, even though Midtown is gouging you, yes, they are. I would love to buy this for $25, $30. I bought 2 for $66 because I do think this is going to be a $150, $200 book. I do. Couple reasons for that. Not a lot of shops are going to order 25 copies of Something is Killing the Children #8. The book is doing well. The first several issues did well, but when you get further into the series, when you get to issues 7, 8, 9, 10, the sales are not going to be that heavy. So there's going to be a lot of comic book shops that are not going to order 25 copies to get this one issue. So this will be a scarce book. I believe it will be scarce. The print run on issue #8, I don't know what it's going to be. Comic-Con, we won't know for another month and a half. I've got a feeling the print run on this book is going to be around 5,000 copies. So at a 1 in 25, there's going to be about 200 of these in existence, roundabout. If I had to guess, there's going to be about 200 of those, which is scarce, but it's not that scarce, right? There's a lot of exclusive covers these days are way less in print run than that. I just think that this cover is going to be hot because the art is amazing. The setup, the concept, everything's great on it. So, I don't know. Not everybody agrees with me. I think that I could be wrong. I'm fully. And yes, is the price too steep? It is. It absolutely is. I don't blame Infamous for saying I'll pass on this. I don't disagree with that at all. I just think the artwork is that good. I think the print run on number 8 is going to be pretty damn low, and you can't buy this book anywhere right now, right? It's the eBay. There's one listing for $150. Now there's going to be more listings next Wednesday when, you know, there's going to be some people that bought it like me that might try to sell a copy or two. So there's probably going to be, my guess is next Wednesday, maybe next Tuesday. Next Wednesday, there'll probably be 6 or 7 of these on eBay. And the low end will be about, I think the low end will be about 70 to 75 bucks. High end will be about 100 to 150, somewhere in that range. So once those low end are bought up, you know, if it gets bought up, I don't know. It's all speculation. When the $75 to $80 copies are bought up and purchased, then I think you'll see this book start to do a lot better. So I'm going out on a limb to say that I think this book is going to do well. I bought 2 copies. Obviously, I wouldn't have bought 2 copies if I didn't really believe that. So that's my take on it. And again, disclosure, I fully expect to be wrong about it. And I'm not here to try to convince anybody that I'm right. I don't know. I am disappointed that the price was jacked up by Midtown. Midtown is a market maker in comic books. If you don't know, they distribute, they sell, and they have volume. I'm sure that they have, you know, most local comic book shops aren't going to order 25. Maybe there'll be a few that order 25 copies to get one of those. But Midtown probably has, I'm going to say Midtown probably ordered 500 copies of that book out of that whatever print run it has. So, you know, they're going to have, what, 20 of those available. So it'll be available probably all through this evening. My guess is by tomorrow this will be sold out by tomorrow. That's my guess. But believe me, I fully realize it's speculation. Believe me, I've lost money making these kind of bets before, but I've made more money with my intuition. So my intuition says buy a couple copies and that this will be $150 to $200 book. That's my intuition. I have no idea if it's going to happen that way, but that's sort of my take on things. So copies, I love, even if it's not worth what I paid for it, I still love it and I'm happy to own it. So again, that's the way you should always approach comic books, is even if you think you've overpaid, if you love the book, don't worry about it. Let's see what else we got here. Ancient Mariner in the chat. Batman has something in it. You may want to take a look. There you go. Good advice. Might be a good one to grab. Let's see here. Oops, I went way past a bunch of chats here. I got a lot of people commenting. It's amazing. Yeah, Comics for All People says third punchline cover. We got Newbie Comics in the house. What's up, Newbie? Let's see here. Yeah, so Manny was asking me if I picked up the 1 in 25. Yes, I picked up 2 copies. And I'm fully prepared to be wrong. I'm fully expecting it to be a $30 book they paid more than twice for. All right, we got the Sula stuff in the house. What's up, Sula? Let's see here. Manny says you might want to pick up Harley Quinn 74. Yep, there could be something in there. Maybe it could be a cameo or something like that. I doubt it. You know how these comic creators like to do that shit. That definitely could be a possibility. Some people like to wait until the day of and flip through the book. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Luis Ramirez says, wasn't it supposed to be the final comic? Nope, 70. I know 75 is scheduled to come out. And Infamous says, Harley 75 is the final issue. There you go. Until they reboot it again. Because they will. They'll reboot that shit all day long. Yeah, Sulu agrees with me. Bendis sucks. Yeah, I agree. I don't like Bendis. He needs to retire. Yeah, New Jack City. Did I say New Jack City? I think I did say New Jack City. I knew it was one of those movies. Adventure Man 2. Yeah, I don't know if that's worth getting or not. Ancient Marriage says, I'm getting Empire since nobody else is. And there you go. Maybe it's worth picking up, making it interesting. Yeah, Strange Academy 2 will be second appearances, so that might be worth grabbing just to have second appearances of all those characters. Batman Adventures 2 has a new character appearance. I thought I heard issue 3 or 4 was going to have a first appearance. I'm not too sure about that. Manny. You could be right. I know Deathstroke has a protege, and I thought I heard it was going to be like issue 3 or 4. I'm not certain on that. I don't know if we know that yet. All right. Anyone chasing the Black Widow Momoko comic mint? I don't know about that one. I don't remember getting an email. I'm usually on Comic Mint's hit list, so I don't think I'm aware of that one. Infamous. I love it. What the hell's wrong with me? Thing here. There we go. My new channel, the Dreamcatcher. Yeah, that's right. The Dreamcatcher. That's a good one. I like that one. Yeah. And Amber Heard. Yeah, I left the Dream League because Amber Heard she sliced me. She tried to take off my pinky finger. Yeah, trust your gut. I mean, I've usually done well by doing that. I'm not always right, but I'd say about 80% of the time I'm usually correct. So I don't know. You got to just go with your gut sometimes. You're drinking. Don't make buying decision. I made that buying decision before I started drinking, though, Infamous. So I will preface that. You're right. Normally, if I'm drinking, yeah, it's not a good time to buy comic books. I would agree with that. I did make that decision before I poured my drink, though, so I think I'm all right there. I usually call, yeah. Like I said, I'm about 80. I'm usually about 80% right. If I am somewhat keeping track, about 80%. Scarce, yeah, but what's the draw? Yeah, cover and scarcity. That's all it need. That's all you need sometimes. There's lots of examples of that. It's just a really cool cover and a little bit scarcity, and that's all you need sometimes. But yeah, I would love the trifecta of having like a first appearance or something else a little bit more substantial. with the book. Infamous says print run has been around 14,000. I don't know if it's that high for issue 8. You could be right. You could be right. I don't know if it's that high though. I would say 5,000 to 6,000 if I had to guess, but I could be way off on that. Infamous says 14,000 print run to be about 560 print run. Yeah. Not so scarce if it's that high. You're right. Again, it's definitely it's definitely one of those things. It's speculation. Midtown's customer service sucks too. Yeah, I mean, I've been lucky. I've been with them for, I think, since 2004, if I remember right. I started with Midtown when Saga came out. I think that was 2004. And I've never had bad luck with him. If I ever have a book that's damaged, I usually will email them a picture and they send me another copy, or they refund me the money. So I've had good service with Midtown. I've had no complaints. I know some people haven't had the same experience, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Midtown, I've been pretty lucky with Midtown so far. I don't know. Maybe my luck will run out one of these days. Let's see here. Marcus, my good friend Marcus is in the house. Marcus has been MIA for a little while. I'm glad to see you back in the chat, my friend. Marcus is one of my best friends. I've got a lot of AOKs from Marcus. I love talking about comic books with Marcus. He knows a lot, especially on older books. He is fantastic. Thank you for Marcus for showing up. Always good to see you, my friend. We got Bagged and Hoarded in the house. What's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Yeah, I'm getting near the end here. I'm going to probably end the podcast or the live stream here in about 2 minutes. The gut knows best. It knows what to drink. The gut knows what to drink. I tell you that. I'm working on my gut. By the way, everybody, for the last 2 weeks, I get up every morning around 7 a.m. and I walk about 5 to 6 miles. And I'm going to try to get to where maybe I'm going to jog half of that. But right now I'm in walking mode, trying to do that for a solid 30 days. Every day I've been doing it. Yeah, I'm trying to improve my health a little bit. Yeah. You know, I'm not a young chick anymore. I'm an aging man. So I'm going to try to stay a little bit in shape if I can do it. All right. I think that's a good advice. Gary Jones is in the house. What's up, Gary? When is Amazing Spider-Man run going to climb out of the trash pile? Yeah, I agree. I haven't bought that book in a long time, man. Nick Spencer, he just doesn't do it for me. I'd like to see them put a new exciting writer on Spider-Man. Maybe Cates will switch over to Spider-Man eventually. Who knows? And Infamous knows this print run issue. Issue 1 had 33,000. Issue 2 had 24. It's gone down since then every issue. Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably more than I'm thinking. I was thinking 5,000 to 6,000 per run on issue 8, but you could be right. It could be a lot lower. It just depends. I mean, sometimes this COVID thing, you know, maybe Boom Studios cut the print run because of it. You never know. Wouldn't that be something if the print run on issue 8 was like really low? That'd be something. Comics for All People says, get Harley 75. It will be key, I'm telling you. I think that's good advice. All right, guys, let's end it with me showing off a few books. Let me go grab them real quick. I'll be right back. 1 second. All right, first off, I got a store exclusive. This is Cirrus, Turcon, and the Great Divide, one shot. Only 50 of these puppies out there. I think I got this from Exchange Collectibles. I just love this cover. It's kind of like looks like Groot, a monster Groot. Love this cover. It's a virgin. There's only 50 of these made. I've got number 47. I don't know if this is still available on Exchange Collectibles. It might be sold out now, but I think this was like, I don't know, $20 maybe. Just a cool looking cover. Total cover buy for me on that, and a low print run, 50 copies. So I grabbed that one. Next is Esteban Salinas, and this is a Exchange Collectibles limited to 300. This is number 189. Bleed Them Dry. This is a Vault comic book. Exclusive cover by Esteban Salinas. I'm good friends with Esteban. I love this cover. So I grabbed that from Exchange Collectibles as well. I think this is still available on their website. Comes with a COA. I think I may have shown this. I don't know if I've shown this or not. I'm going to show it anyways. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, number 1. This is a very high-grade copy. First Firestorm. Not in Marvel continuity, but definitely a first appearance of her in comics. So I think I paid like $30 for this. I think it's going for more than that now. Just a really high grade. This is probably a 9.6 to 9.8 candidate though, for sure. And I got this in the mail today, Amazing Spider-Man 210. This is my second copy. I have a newsstand copy, and this is a direct copy. And this is super high grade. This is probably a 9.8, easy 9.8. I got this for like $50. This is a steal. This book should have sold for around 90 to 100, easy in raw condition. If I grade this, this is a $350 book, no problem. So, yeah, hot book for sure. All right, guys, that's all I had to show you for now. I'll have more tomorrow night with my Whiskey, Cigar, and Comic show. I'll send out notification probably around the same time, 6 o'clock, 6:30, somewhere around that time. Look for it. All right, guys, and I'll see you soon.